Hi, I'm Tom Scarpello of Revology Cars, and this is car number 183, a 1968 Mustang 2+2 Fastback in gold bronze metallic with black and cuoio Nappa leather interior. Today I'm going to take you on a walk around of this car, and we're going to go for a drive. Let's get started. Okay, 1968 Mustang 2+2 Fastback. Now, a lot of Mustang's history has to do with racing, and this car was actually inspired by some of Mustang's race history. Back in 1968, Holman Moody prepared 3 Mustang coupes for the European Sedan Road Racing Championship. Those cars were equipped with 427 FE engines, the same engine that was in the Ford GT. Went on to be successful in European road racing. Now, the client of this car wanted to recreate that theme in a 68 Fastback, so we did. The paint color, very similar to what Holman and Moody used, although it's actually a modern Porsche hue. It's gold bronze metallic. We did the hood and the cowl in a satin black with a matte clear, so it kind of emulates that matte hood look that was done back then to minimize reflection off of the hood. At the side of the car, the original, the race cars used the Minilite wheel, which was a really popular racing wheel from that era. Wheel wouldn't fit over our brake package. Our brake package is actually significantly larger than even what the race car used back then. But this wheel is a approximation of what that Minilite looked like. It's 17 by 8. So it captures that theme, but allows you to keep this larger modern brake package, which is pretty important. At the back, the car is pretty much standard Mustang GT from 1968, with the exception of the exhaust tips. This car uses the 4-inch single polished tips. So that's really the only tip-off from the rear that you're looking at something other than an original 68 Mustang. Okay, so and the interior of this car is also unique. So the client selected Porsche Nappa leather in black, the walnut trim, which was correct for the 1968 model. Of course, that was a faux walnut. Ours is a genuine walnut veneer that's laser cut. The seats are Ferrari cuoio with perforated inserts, and there are also cuoio leather perforated inserts in the door panels, which match the walnut, and it's nice. It's the carpet's a square weave wool carpet. It's a kind of expressive interior, but it still retains kind of a 60s character. So let's go for a ride. So racing is a big part of Mustang's heritage, and you know, a lot of people still vintage race original Mustangs nowadays, and I think that's cool. It's just, you know, sometimes we don't really appreciate just how far technology has advanced, and even those cars that were race cars back in the 60s really couldn't even keep up with an equivalent street car nowadays. You know, I remember an article from Grassroots Motorsports magazine years ago, probably 15 years ago or so, and the editor had just bought a Honda Odyssey minivan, and he was really impressed with his minivan, and he thought it would be interesting to see how that van stacked up against some of the really hot sports cars from the 60s. So they rounded up a Jag XKE and a Porsche 356 and went to the track and got lap times. And it turns out the minivan, just the right out of the box minivan with its all-season tires, was like just as fast as a 356. Then they put some decent tires on the minivan, and it picked up 3 seconds a lap on the Porsche. So the memory of these cars is often much more favorable than what they really were, like from a functional standpoint, which of course is where we come in.